Galaxy Buds 2. Brand new from Samsung. Let's get a little review in. Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back again. I hope you will continue to do so. If you want to support this channel, we've got merch down below. We've got memberships down below. We've got affiliate links to things that I like that you might like down below. YouTube's made it a lot more difficult to support the creator lifestyle on the YouTube platform over the past year or so. So anything you can do always helps. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into the video talking about the Galaxy Buds 2. Now, I'm going to go through this bit by bit. First, I'm going to talk about builds and materials, and then I'm going to talk about the fit, and then I'm going to talk about a bunch of other stuff. Eventually, I will get to how they sound and whether or not I recommend them to you, so stay tuned. But first of all, build and overall materials. The build is obviously quite nice and solid. I like the fact that Samsung has put together this sort of color inside, but white on the outside. The case will carry a charge as well as the buds themselves. I believe that the case carries a charge for 2 more charges than what will go into the buds themselves. So you have plenty of bud time going on with these things. Easily pocketable. These are nice and pocketable. I carried them in my pocket on the way down to grab a coffee this morning, and they were very nice. Now, the fit. I found that the fit was quite nice. The pre-installed ear tips worked nicely for me. Usually the pre-installed ear tips are the medium ones, and Samsung actually has a fit testing app. Like, part of the Wear app is testing the fit of these things, and so I was able to test the fit and found that I needed to push the left-hand side in a little bit more than I had, and then the fit was perfect. And so yeah, it was really good. Now let's get into the features that it has and the sound quality. So features wise, active noise cancellation as well as ambient mode, where you can hear the things around you. I thought the noise cancellation was really good quality. There was no self noise with these things. Not too much was leaking through. I could just barely hear myself typing, and there was no like negative pressure that was pushing back into my ears. So overall, the active noise cancellation was good. The ambient sound feature was actually really good as well. There were 3 levels. The highest made it sound like, you know, you were kind of it's like spying on somebody, because you could hear stuff from a long way off. Everything around me with on high was very, very clear. When I took it down to low quality, the sounds around me were audible but not hyped. And so that was probably the more comfortable way to wear them with the ambient sound mode on. There is a middle feature that's somewhere in between, obviously. These also now have a Find My Earbuds feature, which they have in the Wear app. Now, I haven't tried any of the Samsung Buds since the Buds Live, and I don't recall that they had that feature. So this is pretty cool. There's also a Bixby wake up feature with these. You could turn that on or turn that off. And if you turn it on, then you can wake Bixby, and then you can do all the Bixby things that Bixby does with your Samsung smartphone. So let's get on to the sound. I don't typically judge earbuds the same way that I would a pair of wired headphones or something like that. My main concerns are that there's a good flat sound signature without EQ engaged, so that you have some. I like a flat sound signature. I also want there to be enough volume available in these things so that there's still a little headroom or like extra volume beyond the level of pain, so that if you do find yourself in a louder environment, you can turn them up. But I found that there was, you know, still about 1/3 of volume left when I got to the comfortable area of listening with these things, especially with the noise canceling turned on. The soundstage should be reasonably wide. You're not going to get a super wide soundstage with earbuds, but I want there to be a nice separation of left, right, and center, and these definitely have a nice separation. A lot of that comes down to the frequency responses from low, mid, to high being in their own spaces and not really like encroaching on any of the others. The sign of a really poorly tuned and probably cheap pair of earbuds is when one, like the low frequencies overarch and get into the mids, or the highs come down and crispy up everything. The Buds 2 deliver really well on these counts. I did notice a little bit of splashy sibilance in the high end, somewhere probably above 8K. So if you think about cymbal crashes or anything up in that range, it actually was a little washy and a little painful, but not terrible at reasonable volumes. I found myself not really feeling as though they were lacking anything. Unfortunately, the Wear app doesn't give you any flat EQ response stuff to dial in your own sounds if you didn't find a preset that you liked. So if you wanted to, say, tame down some of those highs, you can't really do it unless you use one of their presets. And I found that the presets that are in the Wear app for these buds is just not very good at all. Lastly, I want to talk about how they compare with the OG Galaxy buds. Build-wise, no contest. The Buds 2 are better. The Galaxy Buds were just kind of okay when they came out. I found myself, after I wore them for a little bit of the initial period, just kind of not wearing them anymore and going on to other things. The original Buds were not very full sounding, and that sort of peaky high end that I was talking about was even more prevalent in the Buds than they are in the Buds 2. So Samsung seems to have learned a lot in the 2 years since they released these original Buds. The Buds 2 are actually all around a very solid offering in the earbud category. They have a lot of the same benefits that the AirPods do with Apple devices. Like, you open them up for the first time, they connect straight to your device. They have a good amount of flexibility and customization once you're inside the phone. The phone is made to work with the Buds. The Buds are made to work with the phone. So if you're using these with a Samsung device, then you're going to get all the stuff that you want. Of course, these retail for $150. And that's a decent amount for a pair of earbuds. It's on par with a lot of the earbuds in this category that would be competitive with these. But there are entries in the true wireless earbud space that sound great, maybe even greater than these, that are cheaper or the same price. And I'm going to leave a link down below to a kit list that I have that has a bunch of different earbuds that I like at a bunch of different price points. So you guys can check those out. And I'll also, of course, put a link to the Buds 2 themselves as well. Overall, a solid offering from Samsung. If you're not a Samsung user, there are other options, although these are not like a run away and go get something else offering. They do hold up well, and they are enjoyable to listen to. Time will tell how well they stand up, but right now I'm pretty darn impressed with the Galaxy Buds 2. Let me know what you think down in the comments, or if you're going to get these, or if you have any questions, let me know. We'll discuss. Once again, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I am out.